On today's show, we return to Sydney Motorsport Park and the Figure 8 Drift Circuit as our coverage of the Hi-Tec Drift All-Star Series Grand Final continues with the final round of the Zoo Performance Pro-Am. Then we head across to China and to the Tianjin International Circuit as we bring you rounds 3 and 4 of Porsche Carrera Cup Asia. And later in the show, we wind back to 2020 and head to Pukekohe Park Raceway in New Zealand, where we bring you races 2 and 3 from the opening round of the Ryco 24/7 NZ V8 Youth Series. This is Speedweek.
Welcome to the Hi-Tec Oils Drift All-Star Series for the final round here at Sydney Motorsport Park of the Zoo Performance Pro-Am category. It's been a huge season already and there is not many points there in the top 4. I'm Matt Kavanagh. Joining me is Dan Mackey.
Yeah, it's an absolutely cracking series, this one. The Pro-Am guys really stepping up. In fact, the top 4 are separated by just 46 points. It's anybody's game tonight.
And after a strong start from Brian Cruikshank, he's just sitting there in 4th position. He's got a lot of work to do because there's been some new names coming through in this series, including Matt Murphy, Sam Mudge and Bo Gagliardi. As we check out the championship points here, you can see Bo Gagliardi has that slim 5-point lead over Sam Mudge. Matt Murphy back there on 284 points. Brian Cruikshank still a mathematical chance, Dan.
All 4 can win it. There's only 46 points separating them, so anybody's game at this stage. Looking forward to seeing if Brian Cruikshank can come back from a devastating run in Queensland.
And Brian Cruikshank chasing that championship and qualifying number 1 here this weekend. Sam Mudge in 2nd, Bo Gagliardi in 3rd, and Matt Murphy in 4th position. We catch up with our championship leaders though, Bo Gagliardi and Sam Mudge right now.
So yeah, coming into the last round here down at Sydney, you know, we're under a little bit of pressure. It's a real tight final. I think anyone in the top 5 realistically can still get the win. So yesterday, you know, we went through a few challenges in qualifying with the fogging up in the rain. The crew got the car sorted, we're flying good, so yeah, we'll just do what we do, try to keep Mudge off our tail and everyone else, and yeah, get through this weekend and hopefully take the car home in one piece. Winning the championship would be huge to me and the team, the sponsors, Atkins Auto, Raceworks, and obviously Madhouse Drift Team. So yeah, look, if we can get this thing home, sorted back to Adelaide, that'd be a huge feat, and we'll be a happy little bunch, that's for sure.
Yeah, look, to win this championship, it had been a hell of a lot to us. It's been a pretty long season now. It's dragged on into last year as well. But yeah, if we can come out here and get it done, it'd be awesome. It's the first real year of competition for me this year, so come out, it'd be good. We could get this championship over and done with and hopefully push us up into pro next year. It'd be pretty good, I think.
Well, let's have a look at the Zoo Performance Pro-Am battle tree now, and the 4 big battles out of this one in the top 16 will be Brian Cruikshank taking on Jack Usterson, Matt Murphy battling it out with Flash Smith, Sam Mudge battling Timothy Bradbury, and of course Bo Gagliardi and Mike Jones. They could all change the championship implications. Let's have a look at the highlights from the top 16.
All right, here we go. Number 1 qualifier, Brian Cruikshank out ahead of Jacques Usterson, and the big error there from Brian. That's unusual from him. He's normally really consistent.
Yeah, not going his way this weekend. We know he had a bent arm earlier. Now he makes contact as well with Jacques. It's just not his weekend for Brian, and that is going to be a huge blow in the championship chase.
Yeah, absolutely. I know he's building a brand new car. Hopefully it'll be ready for next season. He's going to step up to pro when he does it. All right, here we go. Matty Murphy, Flash Smith. This will be a big one. We know Flash loves this track. Matt Murphy learnt to drift in first competition drifting, was actually in one of Flash Smith's events where he was bringing up the youngcomer. So it is really the master versus the apprentice, this one. Let's see how they go.
Well, the Zoo Performance Pro-Am category top 16 underway now, and Matt Murphy's had to put a new power plan in this after last time blowing it up, and he's leading out over Flash Smith, but he just grabs the edge of that mud. You can see a big straight in there.
Yeah, absolutely. We switch it around again now. Flash out in front. These guys went hammer and tongs at it, but Flash Smith overall is doing a better job out there in the lead. Much more consistent, much more smooth. Lead line versus lead line. Matt's was a little bit off, which was unusual and uncharacteristic for him.
All the pressure of chasing that championship down might have brought him to an end, and Flash Smith will get the win in this battle.
Yeah, Matt just not getting close enough in that one. Alrighty.
Clee Rickman takes out over Jory Breckoff this time, and look at Clee go. Just drives out this time and opens up a huge gap on him, and that's going to be a massive advantage. He just needs to hold on to this one and set that killer line the judges were looking for. Jory Breckoff tries to close it up. I don't think he's done enough, but he goes as wide as he possibly can there.
Takes all of those clipping points down there. Jory just having a few mechanical issues, I think, with this car at the moment, and you can see, yeah, the car cutting out there, and it was minor contact from the guys, but unfortunately for Jory, that car letting him down, and Clee will get the win.
Let's move on to our next battle, Damien Tanti, and this car is looking very clean now with the fresh paint job on it. Getting chased down by James Keogh, who spins the car out, unfortunately, and that will be a huge advantage to Tanti.
Yeah, James unfortunately breaking his own 86 just before this battle, so jumping into a big brother's car, taking that one out there and having a crack. So this is the first laps he's done in this car, so doing a pretty good job to be out there and keeping it going, but Damien Tanti will get the win for this one.
Yeah, it's a very clean car as the Tanti is cleaning that car right up. Looks fantastic under lights here at Sydney Motorsport Park, and a fantastic win for him this time over Keogh in the Zoo Performance Pro-Am category. Of course, we are going through our top 16 battles there. Now it's Sam Mudge taking on Timothy Bradbury, and Bradbury straightening, coming really shallow. It's hard to control. The Queenslander doing everything he can, which was an XV8 supercar unit.
Yeah, there's a big car too. They're very long. I've driven them out on the racetrack, and they're good fun out there. I think drifting one though, they're very tail happy. So he's done a great job to control it, although on a tight track like this, that would be an absolute handful, that thing.
Now that Brian Cruikshank and Matt Murphy have been eliminated this one, Sam Mudge needs to continue on if he wants to keep the championship alive. He needs to work hard, and he's maintaining nice proximity there. The RB20 doing everything he can, and he's let it all out of the bonnet this weekend. He wants to put a show on for the crowd here under lights, and look at him on the side of the Send It. You can see the red light flashing up over the camera too. That's actually the front brake strip that we have on the car, so that we can see if they're using left foot brake or braking during corners from the judging position, because obviously if the nose of the car's coming towards us, we can't see their brake lights, but you can see how much left foot brake he was using there. Well, Matty Walters is leading us out now. This was the final corner of this battle, and how close to the finish. He's just made it over. He has just made it over the finish line before making contact with that mud.
Yeah, very, very lucky Matty Walters, pushing very hard in the lead. He's got to push pretty hard in the chase. Really, really stepping up his driving this season, Matty's great to see the Drift Angry green R33 Skyline with that big V8 really, really starting to shine. I know he's building a new car as well, so exciting stuff for these Pro-Am guys, and Matty Walters taking the win.
Yeah, that's a big win there over Brendan Bennett. Hopefully he can continue that on throughout this event. We'll have a look at Bo Gagliardi taking on Mike Jones now. This is a very unique Commodore Ute. You think it's a shorter wheelbase, but it's not, and the sparks are already coming out on the back wheels. Bo Gagliardi fighting for a championship. He's right up alongside him as well.
Yeah, Mike Jones really on fire there tonight too, taking out Kurt Dunn in the top 24 battles. He's making it through now and putting the pressure on Bo Gagliardi as he chases him around. A little bit shallow there, and Bo showing why he is at the top of the tree. A clinical run from him.
Yeah, unleashing all that horsepower from the big LS that time, and it looks like Bo Gagliardi gets the win that time over Mike Jones. We'll move on to Derek Newsom taking on Kieran Ratcliffe, and Newsom doing a nice job in front. Ratcliffe needs to do everything he can in the chase position, emulates him nicely through this section.
Couple of newcomers out here again, having a good solid crack, and a really good run there from that Derek Newsom in the lead.
Kieran Ratcliffe this time, that goes too wide, takes the rear bar now off the skyline. He's going to continue with the drift though and try and push through, because every little advantage, you never know if the driver behind you will make an even bigger mistake.
Absolutely, a spin from the driver behind, and he's really dropping a fair way back here. The big advantage there, and obviously enough to do it in the first one. Kieran Ratcliffe getting through.
Let's have a look at our Zoo Performance Pro-Am Top 8. The big implications with the championship, though, is Sam Mudge taking on Matty Walters and Bo Gagliardi taking on Kieran Ratcliffe.
Yeah, we got Sam Mudge down here. Yeah, just chilling in the car, jumping on Snapchat. Sorry to interrupt, mate.
No, it's all good.
Bo's gone through. Bit of a touchy one. I think you might have thought you grabbed the trophy at one point. How you feeling? Go through, Matt?
Yeah, I don't know. Matty's driving absolutely killer at the moment, so we'll see if we can stick it to his door. This little Jules Performance RB20. Got the flames fanging out the bottom, mate. She's on song. It's doing its thing. We'll see how we go.
Send us a big flame on the way back.
Mate, I will. Cheers.
Well, let's get our Z Performance Top 8 underway here for the final round of the Hi-Tec Girls Drift All-Star Series at Sydney Motorsport Park, and Jacques Austerson will lead out over Damien Tanti, the big Commodore. She's got a whole heap of weight in her, and look at Jacques, just sets his line up nicely there, holds the angle as well, but the transition, what will it do as it comes back? He's very shallow there, and Damien Tanti's just holding back a bit. He needs to close that proximity up.
Yeah, Damien's just giving himself a bit of space here. I think he knows he's got the quicker and more nimble car, so he's waiting. Hopefully we're going to see him right up on the door here. Damien really coming through, and Jacques just overcooking it into the final corner, and I tell you what, pulling up that big Commodore, about the only thing that can do that is a bank like that.
Very unfortunate this time for Jacques, and hopefully he can get that car turned around and continue with the battle. In the meantime, let's get on with Clea Rickman taking on Flash Smith, and Rickman will lead us out now. Flash Smith just has to dab the brake there for a second, stalled up for a moment, and Flash Smith, who's been doing so good in the Pro-Am and the Pro category this weekend. Let's see how he goes. Stays on his door nicely, the transition done, the emulation's good here through this section. Look at Flash go.
Wow, he is all over him. Flash Smith, I thought, geez, he's a little way back here. Got a little bit checked up by Clea on the initiation, but now he's just sticking it up his door, giving him some space there. Clea just seeming to have a little bit of an issue getting it into that top corner.
Yeah, he really wound on a whole heap of angle there, didn't it? Stalled the car up. He's had to make a correction there. We'll go back to back now and see. Flash Smith will lead us. Will he be a lot more comfortable out? Will he have more flow? We'll see. And look at him. He's already sideways there as they come out of the first corner, but they set themselves up. This is the first judge corner. He's right in that zone as well. Look how close he was to those clipping points. As they come out of this, is this part of the track that's been trickiest for most drivers, but Flash Smith is right on the line.
Absolutely, he is killing the line. His lead run is far better than Clea's at the moment. Hopefully Clea can get there, although Clea really sticking to it in proximity. He knows he's got to make up and try and force that error out of Flash. Can he do it? Flash is driving like the Iceman this weekend.
Big tap on the roof there, though. He's very, very happy, and no surprise, Flash Smith gets himself a win and will promote himself to the top 4. This one, though, big championship implications. Sam Mudge takes on Matty Walters.
Yeah, Matty Walters has been slaying giants this weekend. In fact, most of the series, he's out there to really stick it down to him in his home track, sticking it right up to Mudgey. He's not worried about him at all. Look at the line. Mudgey's right on it and leaving the opportunities there. He's making it an easy chase to follow because he's exactly where he should be.
Well, as they drive out, Sam Mudge gives all the RPM for that little RB20 that he can, and listen to it sing. And Matty Walters chase him down the V8-powered Skyline. Doesn't let him get too far in front. The bar's hanging off. Mudgey doesn't care. He wants the win. Oh, this one's going to be tight.
Absolutely, as we switch it around now, Mudgey leaving a little bit of space. He's not going to want to let Matt get away like that. Can he catch that up? What's he thinking? He's very, very shallow, trying to make the proximity there through that corner. Matt Walters right on the line. Mudge has got back into the position, but again, Walters right on the line again, getting through those boxes. If you look really closely, you can see the blue boxes painted on the ground this weekend. Sydney Motorsport Park being super accommodating of drifting and really helping us to make it easier for the fans at home to watch.
And look at Sam Mudge, he's really closed the gap up coming into this final corner. I love the flames breathing out the bottom, but has he done enough? No, he hasn't. Matty Walters gets the win, and this opens up the opportunity for Bo Gagliardi coming out now to seal the championship in this battle.
Well, I don't know. I've got to have a bit closer look, but I think it doesn't matter now. I think Bo's actually won it from here. So because he's been knocked out, we've made it this far. If he gets knocked out here, he will win the championship by 4 points. Let's have a look, though, at the battle. He's still got to get the job done to make sure of it. If he wins, absolutely he wins the championship. Bo Gagliardi out there, he's rubbing walls. Kieran Ratcliffe giving it everything. This guy is coming along a long way. He's doing so well. He'll be a real championship contender in future years. As they come around and across the line, he's still there. What a run.
You wouldn't have thought it after how wet it was in qualifying. We were going to see that smoke show put on by Bo Gagliardi, but now he's got to be in the chase position. Remember, you have to go back to back. Not only do you have to put the line down for the judges, you then have to back it up and try and get as close to the driver in front of you as possible in the chase position. Can he do it? Kieran Ratcliffe, though, laying a line down. He narrowly made it through in our top 16. He's very shallow there, but Bo Gagliardi manages to pull the car up. He puts the nose in on that back pillar. He's looking for it. Does he tap the wall on the outside of this? It's got the big RPM from the big LS.
A great run so far. Let's see him stick it on the door all the way around. Kieran Ratcliffe doing everything he needs to, but Bo Gagliardi gets the win. I reckon Damien Cook will throw himself through the window to talk to him.
Did you just take out the championship?
Well, I think so. That's unreal. I don't know what to say, man. Also, I can't say that. But, yeah, look,
No, that's wild. The car's just hanging in there. We had an alternator issue, and I think on the last one, Kieran, we pushed a bit hard and might have hurt the motor a bit, but take it back to the pits, get out there, and see if we can get 1 and 1 again, you know, like, wow, that'd be unreal.
Congrats, mate. Send it to the moon.
We always love seeing that big smile there from Bo Gagliardi, and well, he's up against Matty Walters in the Super Performance Pro-Am Top 4. That's going to be a huge battle, and Damien Tanti will take on Flash Smith, who's been driving incredible this weekend.
It's been a great show here at the Figure of Eight. It's really mixed it up, so let's get into that top 4.
Here we go, your Pro-Am, all thanks to Z Performance, underway in the top 4, and Bo Gagliardi leads out in the Madhouse Cressida over Matty Walters. This is the battle we want to see, and they are door to door as they enter into the first corner. Wow, he is so wide there.
Look at that. Matty Walters just chewing on that Madhouse Drift team door. He is loving it out there. He said, I took out Sam Mudge and I'm going to stick it to your door and prove that I deserve to be in the top 4, if not the final.
Bo Gagliardi going right out on the wall. Here we go, the final corner. He sets himself up. Matty Walters just lose a little bit of that proximity. Wow, what an incredible battle. This is the Zoot Performance Pro-Am as well, remembering they've just got the normal radial tyres on.
Yeah, they're restricted to a 2.35 radial, not the 2.65 slick in this category, so they don't have as much grip. But I tell you what, these boys are really turning out high-class, high-quality looking cars. Look at those cars. They'd easily fit into the Pro category, and the battle doing really well here in the Tri-Ace replay as you watch Bo Gagliardi filling that zone perfectly, and Matty Walters just sticking it in the door.
He did not let him get away. You got to give it to Matty Walters. He just got a little bit unsettled at that moment and lost that proximity through the final corner. But until then, how close were they? And can we emulate that again? Let's have a look. Matty Walters this time. Look, he is out of there. Put the foot down and see how far he can open up that gap on Bo Gagliardi. And Matty Walters just gets a wheel out there. Was that up in the dirt? I'm not sure.
Yeah, definitely a wheel off on the dirt there. He took off like a scalded cat and unfortunately just couldn't quite pull it up before the concrete ran out on that corner there, dropping at least one wheel. We'll check on the replay to see if it wasn't 2, but that's a pretty big error in what's a fairly close battle.
Wow, and Bo Gagliardi nearly goes off. I'm not sure he was up on the ribble strips. He's back way off there in a big straighten now.
Yeah, wow, well, what's happened there? I mean, look, it's 2 wheels off there, so unfortunately, and the way the rules are written, that is actually the end of the battle. So what happens after that doesn't matter any further. Matt Walters having 2 wheels off, giving him a 0 in the lead position, and therefore all of this brilliance later on and this unfortunate bobble from Bo Gagliardi isn't going to count.
Yeah, the Tri-Ace replay really showed both those wheels going off this time, and Bo Gagliardi will get the chance. Remember, Matty Walters not out. He'll still get the opportunity to battle it out for 3rd position later, but Bo Gagliardi, he could be 1 or 2. Can he get another win and be on the podium and a championship? Wouldn't that be a great finish tonight? Let's move on though. Damien Tanti leading out over Flash Smith.
These guys are going to be hunting that top spot. They want to be in the final for the podium. Let's see how we go here. Flash Smith all over the back door of Damien Tanti. Of course, no back doors on a Sylvia, but you know what I mean. On the quarter panel, just starting to get gapped a little bit here as Damien pulls away. Clean pair of heels. He's really lifting his level of driving this weekend and loving this short track format.
Great to see Damien Tanti having a fantastic weekend here. And could he beat Flash Smith? We'll check out the Tri-Ace replay here because the car is looking so settled here for Damien Tanti. He really does a nice job through this middle box section there, gets the car set up, maintains the drift, keeps the flow going, and he just steps it out here right along the wall as well. There's only an inch in it there and just drives away from Flash Smith.
Yeah, really seemed to hook that up and get the grip out of the car at that point in time, and Flash just wasn't expecting it. Maybe he thought that Damien might have been a little bit slower, so undergripped the car a bit.
Here we go, Flash Smith, his chance to lead out, and he gets right out of those clipping zones there. I think he grabbed a couple of them as we go through this section here. How close can Tanti get? Just leaves a little bit of a gap there for Flash Smith, but this was the section where Tanti drove away. Can he really close it up?
Yeah, well, you saw a small error. I don't know if you watched through the window. Flash just making a small error through there and fighting the car, and it seemed to have unsettled both of the drivers a bit. The gap hasn't really changed that much. Damien just sacrificing a little bit of line and a little bit of a wheel off, but that was after the finish line.
And we are seeing that, isn't that line out that we need to monitor very, very closely. We'll have a look at it on the Tri-Ace replay this time, but this was the start of the battle. Flash Smith just settles himself into that nice line, and here.
Look through the window here. You can see Flash there. Makes a little error. That unsettles the car. How's it going to play out down the bottom? I think it takes him a little bit off the wall, and yeah, not quite right out filling that zone. Damien doing his best to use the lead car as a clipping point. A good run here. Flash pushing it out to the edge, but Damien Tanti, even though he's a little bit shallow, is going to get the win.
Bit going on there with the last decision. Judge has got a bit of work to do, but you're through and you're going to have a go at some silverware. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm pumped. Honestly, I'm pumped. I haven't been past top 16 yet, and I'm just loving it.
You're going to be standing on a podium, mate.
Yeah, beautiful. First time, so I'm loving it.
Good luck.
You can really hear the excitement in his voice, and what a night for him. Never made it past the top 16, and Damien Tanti is going to battle it out for first position. Can he make it? It's a fantastic night here for the Zoo Performance Pro-Am category at the Hi-Tec Drift All-Stars. We'll be back after this short break. Welcome back to the final round of the Hi-Tec Drift All-Stars. We are at the Zoo Performance Pro-Am category, and we are down to the top 4. We have got them set to find out who's going to battle it out for third position. It's going to be between Flash Smith and Matty Walters. And the final, though, who can be on the top of the podium? Will it be Damien Tanti or our new Crown Championship leader, Bo Gagliardi? Here's the final round of the Hi-Tec Drift All-Stars Series for 2022. This is your Zoo Performance Pro-Am. Final battles getting underway now.
Here we go, the battle for third. Two of the local boys, two good mates. Matty Walters in the green car builds the engine in Flash Smith's car. So let's see how they go. Matty Walters not quite filling the zone like we expected him to do. He's been doing it a lot better. He might be feeling the nerves now, having Flash right on his tail. Flash has been driving really well, but Matty just a little bit scruffy through there. Now he gets it together and gets out of that wall.
How close were they going through there? And here we set himself up in the final corner, but he just slows down for a fraction, and Flash Smith closes that proximity up the final corner. They're side by side. The smoke shows on. I can't wait to see the Tri-Ace replay on this one and look at the gap there that Matty Walters opened up to start off in the first corner, Dan.
Yeah, that was a really good run from Matty Walters. He just got going early, but of course Flash Smith will get right up there and on the door. He's pretty much ready to go for Pro Flash. He needs to start to move up there, and he's giving it to these boys in Pro-Am.
Yeah, it was that slight little bobble, I think, through the box section there from Matty Walters, you could see. And at this point, he just slowed down on this initiation and gave Flash the opportunity to get right on the door, which saw that amazing finish to that run. What's going to happen this time? Flash Smith will lead us out. This is a battle for third position here, our final round. The last time for 2022 as we set him out, and Flash Smith sets himself nice and wide there and gets the car settled. Matty Walters wants to rub that green paint off.
Oh, big over-rotation from Matty Walters. He knew he had a lot to do. He wanted to stamp his authority on this battle, and he's overcooked it a little bit now. He's got the big chase to do. He's sacrificing a lot of angle to try and regain that proximity as he comes in to the final corner again, sacrificing some line there as well. A good run from Matty. He's done well. He should be proud of the series. And Flash Smith just overcooking it and straight off the edge after the finish line.
Flash Smith doing an incredible job this weekend. He has really stepped up his level of driving. And have a look at this. Yeah, contact made, Dan.
Yeah, a little bit of contact there. Not a major one, but it has upset the chase car. Matty making the contact and then just upsetting himself. You could see he was a little bit shallow too. His nose was ahead of the other car. We weren't allowed to do that, only as far forward as the front bar. So some errors there from Matty. He might have given this away. Flash Smith has been pretty consistent all weekend. I'm not expecting an error for him in the last little bit, and he crossed the line, the tap of the roof and across the grass.
Here we go, though, for our final battle. Here it is for the number 1 position on the podium here at the Zoo Performance Pro-Am. Round number 5 in the Hi-Tec Drift All-Star Series, and Bo Gagliardi leads us out in the big LS-powered Cressida, and Damien Tanti needs to chase him down. What an amazing night for this young driver. Wow, he gets close to him. Bo Gagliardi's putting the smoke screen up, and Tanti just needs to put the nose through and take the risk. Gagliardi with a big horsepower. Look at him try and open that gap up. It's so nimble, though, that little S13.
Yeah, Damien Tanti maybe being a little bit overwhelmed by the occasion at the moment. Just not quite the line we've seen him running all weekend. Look at the Tri-Ace replay here. You can see just stalled it up a little bit, then shallow re-initiation. Little bit of errors in that initial one. After that, settles it down pretty well. Bo nearly in the space he needs to be. He's done okay. So they flick back around there, pokes the nose through the smoke. Could be a bit closer. Bo Gagliardi just filling all of that zone. That is why he's the champion-elect.
Well, filling it all the way out, I reckon, just brushing that yellow wall there for a second. Damien Tanti doing everything he can, sacrifice that line. But you got to remember that huge amount of noise from the LS coming out, and you're right behind him. You've never made it past top 16. You've got to the final. We've got a huge crowd here at Sydney Motorsport Park, and now he gets his opportunity to lead. And look at him. He sets himself up, goes through the first corner really nicely. How does he go through the box section? It's shallow, unfortunately. Bo Gagliardi puts his nose in and that's going to hurt him in the points.
Yeah, Bo Gagliardi just doing everything he needs to, using the lead car as a clipping point. Damien Tandy not quite on the line he needs to be, so Bo's lead was a little bit better than Damien's to this point. Let's see how they go through the final corner. Damien's loving it. Look at that excitement from the young man. He's had a cracking weekend.
Let's have a look at the Tri-Ace replay, and Damien Tandy set himself up really nicely for this first corner. But when you come through this box section, and we've had lots of drivers really have difficulty right there, and he goes shallow there. Bo Gagliardi gets every opportunity to put the nose in, does nothing wrong. Gives him a little bit of room to that final corner because he knows he can just pull it up with the power. And look at the grip dialed into Bo Gagliardi's car as he just closes it up now. Final corner, they put it all on line. You got to be happy. You're here in the final. Look at that. They stalled it up right over the finish line. Let's have a look at our podium, though. There it is. Flash Smith in third place. Damien Tandy lets the hair out in second. And Bo Gagliardi gets himself a win here for the final round of the Zoo Performance Pro-Am for 2022. Let's have a look at how the championship ended up. Bo Gagliardi gets himself a win. Sam Mudge in second. Matt Murphy in third. And Brian Cruikshank ended up in fourth. Damien Tandy in fifth. Kieran Ratcliffe sixth. Mitch Budd in seventh. And Flash Smith eighth position.
The Zoo Performance Pro-Am category has been a real cracker this year. It's great to have Zoo Performance on board, and I'm pretty sure they'll be back again next year. Check them out online and grab some of their wonderful product. We've really enjoyed having these guys, and the category has grown and grown. They're ready to rock and roll. The Hi-Tec Oils Drift Australia Series is really alive.
It's been a huge season there, but of course, motor last round to get that back in and secure third place in the championship. How does that feel?
Oh, dude, I'm absolutely stoked. We started out this year, it's gone on forever, but to be where I am, I'm surprised, and I can't thank everyone enough. PS Performance, he worked around the clock to get the car here with the new setup. My beautiful girlfriend, Madison, my #1 fan, I love you. And the Team Blast boys, thanks for cheering me on.
Sam Mudge, came really close here tonight. It could have been yours, it wasn't quite there, but it's been going strong, the old RB20.
Yeah, the old Jewish Performance Engines RB20, mate. She's still doing its thing, killing it. It was a good year. Well done to Bo, killed it. Massive shout out, all the Hi-Tec guys put on a good series. Pro Graphics, Jewish Engines, Zeknova tyres. It was a good year, couldn't do without them.
Bo Gagliardi, you've got a huge smile. We love the big baby smile on your face. And mate, how are you feeling right now?
No, look, this was absolutely unreal. I've had these boys nipping at my heels all season. We had a rocky start. We got back on the hot trot, and Sammy wouldn't let me go. Neither would Matt and Cruikshank and all that sort of stuff. But when I was raising him up at go-karts today, he bet me, and I said, that's it, man. That's all you're getting from me. So, look, massive thanks to George, Taylor, the team, yourself, Cookie, everyone that's involved, all the volunteers. Obviously, this wouldn't happen without you guys. Yeah, Sam Mudge. Look, all the sponsors as well, all the guys that help the event happen, Zoo Performance, Tri-Ace, and look, and obviously my sponsors, Atkins Auto, John Mialo building an absolute stinker motor, and the boys at St. Service Centre get it really going. Like I said, Atkins wouldn't get there without them. So, and the team, man, it was a stressful weekend, and they got it sorted. We wouldn't have done it without them. So, on to next year and see what happens.
We can't thank everyone who's been part of the Zoo Performance Pro-Am category enough for joining us in the 2022 season of the Hi-Tec Drift All-Stars Series, and we can't wait to do it all again next year. Stay tuned to the Hi-Tec Drifting Australia social media pages. We'll see you back in 2023.
once again. To the right, it's a nice manoeuvre. It's got the overlap and there's a touch. Lights will illuminate when they go out.
Hello everybody, I'm John Hindorf and delighted to be back with you again for rounds 3 and 4 of Porsche Carrera Cup Asia 2022. But before we get into this weekend's action, let's turn the clock back to rounds 1 and 2 at Zhuzhou. And Dario Garcia is going to tell us what it takes to put a race weekend together.
My name is Dario. I work for Porsche Motorsport Asia Pacific Limited, and my role is Senior Manager 1 Mix Series. This week we started the Porsche Carrera Cup Asia 2022 racing seasons, and we had 2 days of official test days, and as of today we start the first race weekend with round 1 and 2. I feel I always have a coffee in my hand whenever you're following me. In the morning, first thing I do is I make sure that the teams are comfortable, so I try to say hello to everyone. We also need to make sure that all the logistics is running to the benefits of our customers as well, but there is a lot of preparations on different sides.
Good luck, Daniel. Welcome back, Francis.
So we make sure that the racing teams, the customers, and whoever comes to watch the action feels comfortable and they have everything they need to spend a fantastic weekend with us.
2022 season Porsche Carrera Cup Asia is underway.
This season we have 23 drivers, 11 racing teams, 14 dealer teams. We experienced a growth since last year. It shows us how successful and attractive this racing platform is.
Tonight we have our season opening party. That's a tradition. That's when we officially launch the season and we officially introduce the drivers and the team that will compete for the Porsche Carrera Cup Asia 2022.
'22 flat 6 engines are revved within an inch of their lives. And we are racing in round 2 of the Porsche Carrera Cup Asia.
I like my job because I've been involved in the Porsche brand for around 15 years now, and working for Porsche, honestly, for me is very grateful. I hope and I expect to run the season properly and to celebrate at the end of the season the Night of Champions with everybody with a big smile in their faces.
And the next race weekend is right now at a brand new circuit for Porsche Carrera Cup Asia. Just in the suburbs of Beijing, a little bit of a country club feel to this. You can park your cars here, there's apartments here, there's a huge exhibition and conference centre at the V1 Tianjin International Circuit. Some good overtaking spots throughout the circuit, particularly at the hairpins at turn 11 and turn 15, and there are some very interesting parts of the circuit. The major part, the twiddly bit of the circuit, is Hermann Tilke designed, but we've added on some public road. You can just extend from turn 10 through 11, through the kink at 12, 13, through 14 and back to 15 to give an extra long, almost 4.5 kilometre circuit with 20 corners. Well, just 2 rounds into the 2022 championship, so things are pretty close in most of the championship, although Leo Ye had a pretty perfect weekend at Zhuzhou, so he's got a decent lead back to Lin Kong, Lu Kailo and Daniel Lu Wenlong, who are all tied for second place on 34 points in the Pro category. In Pro-Am, Lu Wei is ahead, only by 5 from Zhu Biwang, and Bao Jinlong in 3rd position. Min Hong certainly not out of it at this early stage of the championship. Plenty to talk about in the AM classification in the championship. Henry Kwong languishing in 5th after a non-finish in one of the races in the first weekend. Tang Robin with 2 podium finishes tops the championship by just 1 point from Eric Kwong, and Zhu Xiao for Team KRC in 3rd position. Grid beginning to be cleared for the first race of 2 this weekend, and the temperature is playing its part. A very temperate 28 Celsius. And the bit I like to see is 0% chance of rain. And that also pleases the Michelin tyre engineers. So as the green flag gets them underway for their formation, that we'll take a look at the grid, and our pole sitter is the championship leader. After 2 wins in the first 2 rounds, Leo Ye has Ling Kong for company on row 1. Behind them, it is Daniel Lu Wenlong, Meidong Racing, and Choi Lue for the Porsche holding number 86 car. Row number 3, Racing, Han Zhengdong, and he's got the Pro-Am pole sitter Lu Wei alongside him on row 3. On row 4, red, white and black, Yuan Bo for Zhangteng Auto, that's the 718. Looking further back, Toro Racing has Min Hung on the 5th row of the grid. A little bit further down than I think Zhou Bi Wang would like to be. He's in 11th position with Bian Ye for company in 12th. That's row 6. Row 7, Henry Kwong is the Triple Ace Racing pole sitter in the AM category as the field go on to the first part of the public road. Looking further back, Tang Robin, the AM championship leader on row 8. Row 9, Eric Kwong there in 18th position. Watch for him coming forwards. Li Chao for Team Better Life. He normally starts further up than that as well, so he's a little bit out of position. And Jackie Wu on the back row of the grid, along with Zhu Xiao for Team KRC, our only female racer in the lineup. Red lights are on when they go out. We're racing in round 3 of the 2022 championship. It's an awful start from the front row of the grid by the number 22. The BT Group car, Ling King, has dropped way back. Oh, that's the 718 going wide as well. Yuan Bo for Zhang Tong Auto. Well, he's normally a quick starter, but he wasn't on the track there, so he's lost positions, not gained them. That is an absolute free kick for the pole sitter. The 777, Liu Ye for Shunxi Racing in the yellow and black car. He's gone. He's disappeared. And his championship getting off to a cracking start with 2 wins and the first weekend. Paul here as well. And there's no one challenging. Closest to him, the dark blue and black number 20, Daniel Lu Wenlong, the Maidong Racing car. He's in 2nd position, making the best of what happened around him. Well, Ling Keng's got back up to 3rd, which frankly is somewhat remarkable considering how slowly he was off the line. At one stage, I think he was in 5th and 6th there, but he's recovered his composure. And now the long charge back begins as Yuan Bo off the circuit again in the 718. The red, white and black car. He'll be annoyed with himself as well. So coming through to end the first lap. Leader's already gone through. This is the tricky turns 19 and 20 onto the start-finish line. Yuan Bo trying to make up a position. The red, blue and white car right ahead of him is Bian Ye for Shanghai Yonda Racing, one of 2 cars in the top positions that they have. It's the one with the blue mirrors. His teammate is Ba Jinlong. Oh, now there's been a spin. Now that's at the back of... Oh, there's damage. Damage to the right-hand rear there. Let's see who that is who's dropping all the way down the field. Was that the Better Life Racing car, Li Chao, the number 9? We'll keep an eye on that to see if he comes into the pit lane. But 1.1 seconds at the line for the 777 of Liu Ye. Meantime, battling back through the field. Side by side, that's it. The first of 2 hairpins out on the far side of the circuit. And the red numbers denoting that they are in the Pro-Am category. That's Ba Jinlong. That's another one of the Shanghai Yonda cars with the red mirrors. And down. Now coming back into effectively the stadium section, the permanent part of the circuit. And the black and purple car sitting in behind there is the number 4 of Lu Wei, the R&B Racing car. Meantime, the recovery of Yuan Bo in the red, white and black or dark grey car continues. He crosses the line in, 9th position for the 718. He's just gone past the 66 of Min Hung for Toro Racing. Now through under the bridge And in towards what would normally be the end of the permanent circuit, but now back onto the public road. And you can see here the change in the colour of the road surface. This is public road. Obviously, it doesn't look quite like this when there's buses and cars and taxis running down it, and certainly not outbraking each other into the corners. Or maybe the taxi drivers do. Keeping an eye on what's going on with this comeback drive of Ewan Bohr as he starts to close in on Lou Wei for R&B Racing in the black and purple. God, a mistake again by Ewan Bohr. He's not been happy with his performance. He's better than that, and he knows he is. These new 992 Cup cars, first introduced into this series last year, one of only 5 series around the world to get the honour of running them in their debut year. They are a sophisticated racing machine. No ABS in this championship, so the feel on the brake pedal is down to the driver. Down this long straight, furthest away from us here in the pits, through the little kink at 13 and 14. That's absolutely flat out, by the way. Let's have another look at Ewan Bohr. Well, actually, you know what? I'm going to take that back. He did a really good job not running into the back of Lou Wei, and that's why he went to the left-hand side of the circuit. I think that's really fair driving. There'd be many a driver around the world who would have just tapped the car in front and done the old bump and run there. But I think that was very honourable by that red, white and black car. Flashing the headlights now, should get down the inside here, and does. That was a more orthodox way of going by. That's turn 1, tightening into turn number 2. And now heading again into this serpentine section through 3, 4 and 5. That's where he had the little whoopsie last time around. Plenty of heavy braking here. It is hard on the brakes. Now heading down to 8, 9 and 10. Now we head back onto that fast run down to turn 11, the hairpin. Let's just check in with Henry Kwong, Triple Ace Racing. Blue, yellow and red car leading the AM category. And he needs these points this weekend. He did not have the best of runs. He's in 14th overall with the Tang Robin Climax Racing car just in the background there, you can see. He is the championship lead. Oh, someone's gone off at turn number 11, and I think that was the 233 of Zhong Zhendong for the the anime livery on that car. Yes, it is. So that was, again, just a little bit of a long run into the hairpin. Toro Racing versus the number 3 of Shanghai Yonder. That's Bian Ye in the second of those 2 cars. Bian Ye with the blue mirrors. That's his teammate, actually, with the red mirrors there. And he's got Ewan Bohr for company now. Oh, that's an audacious manoeuvre. Down the inside to turn 19. Well, I didn't think that was going to be an overtaking manoeuvre. And the number 4 of Lou Wei, the purple and black car, trying to get in on the act as well as we're halfway through this race. Liu Ye then still leading things by a comfortable almost 3.5 seconds. But then this cracking battle for 6th, 7th and 8th. Now, 7th and 8th are 1st and 2nd in Pro-Am as well. So in some ways you can forget about the 718, the red, white and black car. Let's just have another look at the overtake though, because this is worth talking about. Stays to the right-hand side coming out the chicane, eschews the opportunity to go on the racing line and gets by Bajin Long. Well, that was pretty clean. I think that's a great overtake. I didn't expect to see overtaking there. Now, the 2 cars behind that 718 are battling for the Pro-Am lead of the race, 7th and 8th. And in fact, just behind there, caught a quick look at the 66. Another Toro Racing car, the black and red, Min Hung in the 66. And there's his teammate looking for a position at the moment at the hairpin at turn 11. Didn't quite get that one off. That's the R&B Racing car, sorry, not the Toro Racing car. Toro Racing car's the next one back. Beautiful conditions here. Temperature just creeping up in the air above 30 Celsius. Down at turn 15, big dive. And it's done. Well, Lou Wei there for R&B Racing in the black and purple car, now back onto the racing circuit. And holds on to the inside at turn 16. That's a nicely planned, executed and completed move for the lead. of the Pro-Am category. Meanwhile, second position still being disputed down at turn 11. Daniel Liu Wenlong. There's the leader ahead of them, the 777, the yellow and black car. Daniel Liu Wenlong in the sort of chrome, satiny blue and black car. He's got Lin Kong, who had an absolutely horrid start. He really needs to get the car off the line, squandered his front row starting position, dropped way down 5th or 6th, has had a battle. Yeah, all right, he's back into 3rd now, but how much better might that have been if he got the car off the line? And in behind them as well is the 86 of Choi Hui. And I wonder if these two fighting might just drag them close. Let's go back to the AM category now. And that is the Kitty World racing car of Eric Kwong, the multicoloured car. And right in behind him is the number 7 of Tong Robin. Tong Robin, the Climax racing car, came into this weekend leading the championship by just 1 point. So this is an important scrap here when the points are handed out at the end of this race. And Eric at the moment has the upper hand here. He comes through to the chicane. Touring car line across the curbs there into 19 and 20. Can't miss the Kitty World racing car. Even in a dark car park, you'd pick that one out, wouldn't you? Thank you very much, Eric. Commentators like to have distinctive liveries on the cars. Through to complete another lap then. Liu Ye at the front of the field by almost 4 seconds now. Then that battle for 2nd and 3rd. Looking down the field, the 69 is Jackie Wu in the GT Silver car. He's come up right from the back of the... he was being lapped, excuse me. Just saw the indicator go on there. So Jackie being very gentlemanly there, making sure he did not get in the way. He has moved up, however. He started 22nd. He's now up to 18th position. So I hope that wasn't 4th position there. No, it wasn't. That was one of the other category cars. Through he goes. Really enjoying his racing again this year, Jackie. Good to have him back. And the car that went through, by the way, was Francis Cha, the Trans-China Automotive Racing car, fighting his way through the field. I think he's coming back from a problem earlier on, actually. So the number 99, Lucky Low for Toro Racing. And that is the 5th place car. All the top 6 of the pro cars with Ewan Bow. Oh, how close to the wall was that? There's Ewan Bow behind. He wasn't that far away either. My goodness, that's the battle for 5th and 6th. The 718 is the 6th place car. Then behind them, the number 4 of Lu Wei is the first of the Pro-Am runners. You'll just see that come, maybe not. But how close were those two to the wall there? They are using every single bit of this circuit at Tianjin. And so the 5th place car, Lu Kilo for Toro, at the moment, not under too much pressure. And got about 7 seconds if he's going to challenge Choi Yue further up the field. Now let's go back to the battle for 2nd. Oh, that's not a great exit from turn 9 and 10 for Daniel Liu Wenlong. And he's right in the wall. He's on the dirty part of the track as well as he comes down the braking area at the hairpin at 11. Defends to the inside. It's a very audacious manoeuvre by the front row sitting Lin Kang for BD Group, one of the absolute run cars. You can just see the pink wing mirrors there. And Choi Yue is right with them now. So 2nd, 3rd and 4th through the fast chicane. Still on the public road here. From the middle of the road, Daniel Liu Wenlong knows how to defend, won the championship last year, has moved to Maidong Racing this year, still a championship contender, came into this weekend in joint 2nd position with the driver who's behind him. Championship leader well ahead. So these guys are chasing the 777. Here he comes towards the end of the lap and indeed the end of the race. It is going to be a very, very comfortable victory from pole to checkered flag. Daniel Liu Wenlong has cemented himself in 2nd place, but 9 seconds back from the leader. Leo Ye likes his celebrations. It was the boxing ring entry last time around. This time, slow motion running man and the high five to the team. That's another victory for Jiangxi Racing.
This track is not as physical as usual because we have longer straight, and it's mainly break and stop and go. So the weather is really pleasing. So it's very comfortable to race here this weekend. Yeah, everything goes with the plan. Apart from we have one track limit in the qualify, so tomorrow we will stop P2. But today get away as I expected. So we bring back good points, and we will fight for tomorrow.
Confirmation of our first of two race results for this weekend. Leo Ye makes the perfect start of the season for Jiangxi Racing. That's 3 for 3 ahead of Daniel Lu Wenlong for Meidong Racing. Lin Kang on the third step of the podium for BD Group. Charlouet and Yuan Bo a fighting run back for the Zhangtong Auto 718 driver to 5th position. In 6th position, Lu Wei takes the Pro-Am category ahead of Bao Jin Long and Min Hang in 9th. And in the Am category, Henry Kwong back in form, 13th position. Tang Robin getting ahead of Eric Kwong before the finish there, and that's important for the championship. But those three will be on the podium for the Am class here at round 3. Now, right at the back of the field, problems for Zhou Biwan, who didn't finish in the Porsche Racing Central and Golden Port number 2 car, and Li Chao, the Team Better Life car, did have that problem right at the start of the race, classified as last. Leo Ye well practiced with his Jiangxi Racing team on being on the top step of the overall and pro. Lu Wei takes it in Pro-Am, well inside the top 10, finished 6th overall. And in Pro-Am, Henry Kwong is back on the top step of the podium, reigniting his championship hopes.